It is 9:32 right now. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here, along with Aaron Gurnis. He is the Community Engagement Assistant at the Des Moines Public Library, as we're downright proud to salute great organizations here in town, courtesy of Stivers Ford Lincoln. Jackie?
And the Des Moines Public Library always has great events going on. It seems like almost every single day. But one series I know a lot of people look forward to is the Avid series, where you bring in some incredible authors so we can literally be this close to them.
Yeah, authors visiting in Des Moines 2017. It's kicking off next month, March 7th, Tuesday, March 7th. And,
less than a month away from today,
we're really excited. And the first author we're bringing in is actually the 2017 All Iowa Reads author, Michelle Hoover, in her novel Bottomland. I don't know if you guys know about All Iowa Reads, but every year the state library chooses one book that has an Iowa connection somehow, and the idea is to get the entire state to kind of read the same book and have a discussion about it throughout the year. So we like to bring in the Iowa Reads author every year, and this year we're really excited to bring in Michelle Hoover to kick off the series.
Okay, so the book is Bottomland.
Bottomland.
And so how does this have an Iowa connection?
So it is inspired, not based on, but inspired by a story that Michelle discovered about her past, something about in German's 1920s in Iowa, part of her family who lived in Iowa at the time, two daughters went missing, and no one really knows what happened to them. So she kind of got inspired by this, and the idea of that Germans were kind of persecuted back then in the 1920s in the aftermath of World War I. And she kind of created a novel based off of that, the searching for two missing girls after they've disappeared in the 1920s in Iowa, and she's kind of spun it off from there.
Okay, so interesting concept.
So based off a true story, but kind of takes it in.
Yeah, inspired by something she discovered, and then kind of she
worked off of that.
Yeah, worked off of that, kind of made it her own. So very, very exciting to bring her in.
So when was that book announced? Did people have time to read it, or you're learning about it now? So go get the book and go.
You can get the book, but one thing we want to say about Avid is you don't have to read the book before you come to these things. Like, yeah, it's nice to have that background knowledge, but we don't want people to be discouraged to come to these events if they haven't read the book yet.
Right.
It's just a great opportunity to hear stories, to hear amazing facts. We will have authors come in and talk about their book, so you don't actually have to read it. Like, for example, when Eloisa James comes in, she is coming in on Tuesday, March 21. She writes about, she's a romance author, really well known in the romance community, and she writes about the Georgian era, which is kind of the King George era, 18th century.
Okay.
So she's done a lot of research about different things, obviously, and so she can incorporate them in her novel. So she'll be doing a presentation on pineapple skunks and 18th century sex, and what is that like? So pineapples were a status symbol, and do you know that in the UK right now, they actually keep pet skunks, they're legal.
Yep.
So she'll be talking about all of that stuff. So we don't want people to feel like they have to read the book before they come to Avid. It's just a great way to get up and close and personal with experts, with amazing speakers, with really intelligent, worldly thinkers.
So you have a couple speakers in the next several months, which is to keep in mind.
Does each author have like their own theme that they do, or is it just kind of a Q&A?
So a lot of them will kind of have a lecture. The standard give and take is usually about a 30 to 40-minute lecture with another 20-minute Q&A attached at the end of it. We have a moderator that we get audience questions, and we gather it all up and put it in the front, and the moderator reads some great questions, and we have some really engaging dialogue going back and forth. So that's kind of the standard, and everyone, they have their own topics. Coming in on April 12th, Wednesday, April 12th, and actually at Sheslow Auditorium will be this one, John Ronson. He wrote So You've Been Publicly Shamed, so he'll talk about his research into that book, what it's like for people who have been like Twitter shamed. We've all heard those stories about how people have kind of been ambushed on social media.
Yeah, kind of cyberbullying.
Yeah, for maybe a mistake. We all make mistakes. And so he takes a look at the effects of the shamed and the people that have kind of started those online mobs and what they feel like afterward, and talks about that. So everyone has those kind of topics, yeah.
And you said you're looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, Ronson's a really, really someone that I'm actually looking forward to a lot. He also wrote The Men Who Stare at Goats, which is turned into the George Clooney movie, and The Psychopath Test as well. He's a Welsh author, nonfiction, and he's written a lot of really intelligent stuff, and I'm looking forward to hear his thoughts on social media and the world around us right now.
Nice, because you'll be able to do that. You know, if you want to get up and close and personal with some of your favorite authors, you have the ability to do that, courtesy of the Des Moines Library.
And it's free. It's free. Every one of these is free.
Excellent.
So we'll have a lot of fun going on, and like I said, it's just a great event. Coming up too, we have Saturday, April 22nd, Frank Delaney, who is famous for his BBC program Word of Mouth. He's interviewed hundreds of authors.
Right.
He'll be there with Wonder of Words, which is going to be back downtown that weekend. Nathan Hill on Tuesday, May 11th. He will be at the Central Library. He wrote The Nix. That was his debut novel, one of the best books of last year, according to several outlets.
Really?
Yeah, it goes from the Vietnam protests in 1968 to video game. He has kind of a spin-off of World of Warcraft in his book. He talks about his main character struggles with writing and being an author, which kind of is based on his own career struggles, because he struggled with this book for a long time. So he'll be a very interesting person, and he's someone that a lot of people are excited about. They think he has a big career ahead of him.
And he's a native Iowan.
He is a native Iowan, yep.
That went through the University of Iowa program,
yes,
which is pumping out just some incredible writers.
Absolutely, and we have actually a lot of Iowans coming up with, or a few Iowa connections between Michelle Hoover, Nathan Hill, and then our final author, Heather Gutenkopf, who lives in Dubuque.
Okay.
She'll be here. She's our last author on Tuesday, May 30th, and it will serve as a kickoff celebration, a launch celebration for her newest novel, Not a Sound.
All right, so all these are at the Central Library with the exception of Ronson, right?
Yep, all of them are at the Central Library except for Ronson, and they're all free, and it's just a great series, and we're really excited about it.
Unbelievable. Well, you listed off a lot of dates and a lot of great people today. If people want more information, where should they go?
dmpl.org/avid.
Okay,
Beautiful.
Easy enough. Looking forward to some great people making their way to the Metro.
Yeah, we're excited.
Also want to talk about Black Books Matter, too.
Yeah, Black Books Matter. So this kind of started a couple Saturdays ago when we were at I'll Make Me a World in Iowa.
Right.
And it's the idea behind, and we're carrying it on through Black History Month here, the idea behind Black Books Matter is that everyone needs to be able to see themselves in a story. It's important for children in minority communities to see themselves. So we have started promoting books with African American main characters, children's books, young adult books, and adult books, and nonfiction books written by African American writers as well. Just so children can better understand themselves and the world around them. It limits stereotypes. It just kind of can give children a sense of creative wonder and spark when you see both like the fiction books and children's books, for example, where it's just your classic children's tale with a black female character, something like that, and also
let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, you see yourself. And then also the nonfiction books as well that are still children's books, where you have the inspiring stories of, say, Martin Luther King that kids are still learning about when they're 6, 5, 7 years old. So we'll be having displays up across all of our branches. Like I said, adult books, young adult books, children's books. We encourage everyone to take a look at those displays, check them out. You're always welcome to check out books that are on display. We love to see that happen. So we're really excited about that, and we think it'll be very exciting this month.
So lots going on at the Des Moines Public Library.
I was going to say, if people want more information on those books, or maybe they do want to read ahead in front of the Avid series, are all those books available at our various public library locations?
Yes, all of them are available at our various public library locations, and if it's not available at your neighborhood library, remember you can put in a hold, and it will send it to your neighborhood library, so you don't have to travel across town.
So you don't have to track it down.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
They'll track it down for you. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem.
Appreciate it.
All right, we will be right back. It is 9:41 right now. You're watching CW Iowa Live in West Des Moines.